The story of Nigerian wealth in New York is one of vision meeting opportunities. In a city built on ambition, these trailblazers have created businesses, led movements, and turned their talents into lasting influence. They've carried the drive of home into every boardroom and spotlight, proving that success can travel across oceans. In this video, we're diving into the Nigerians who've built their fortunes in New York, the worlds they're shaping, and the legacies they're leaving behind. Starting with number 10, Amarachi Nwosu. Amarachi Nwosu is known for her creative boldness and cultural fluency. She's one of the few Nigerian visual artists who've built a career that flows effortlessly between continents. Her work, which blends storytelling, photography, and film, captures the essence of identity and belonging in a world that's constantly shifting. Born in Port Harcourt and raised between Nigeria, Japan, and the United States, Amarachi grew up navigating multiple worlds. That exposure shaped her eye for the quiet details that reveal how culture and individuality intersect. After studying in Tokyo and launching her first creative projects there, she moved to New York, a city that matched her restless energy. It became the canvas where her ideas could finally take full shape. Her rise began with Melanin Unscripted, which is a creative agency and platform she founded to challenge stereotypes and highlight authentic African and diasporic stories. Through photography, short films, and branded campaigns, Amarachi has collaborated with global names like Nike, Apple, and Adidas, while keeping her focus on human-centered storytelling. Her visual style is clean, emotional, and deeply intentional. It has also made her one of the most sought-after young creatives representing modern African identity. In New York, Amarachi's influence goes beyond the lens. She mentors emerging artists, curates exhibitions, and builds bridges between African and African-American creative communities. Whether she's documenting life in Lagos or producing a campaign in Brooklyn, her work always carries that same pulse, a celebration of Black identity in its many forms. Her brand partnerships, global exhibitions, and media features have turned her artistry into influence. Amarachi Wosu stands as proof that cultural storytelling can be as powerful and profitable as any other form of enterprise. In a generation redefining what success looks like, she's one of the brightest voices shaping the creative landscape in New York today. Next on our list is a trailblazing entrepreneur and investor shaping Nigeria's food and agribusiness industry with global reach and influence. Number 9. Ada Osakwe. Ada Osakwe is the kind of leader who commands attention without raising her voice. She's a sharp woman and visionary who is deeply grounded in her roots. She represents a new generation of Nigerian women, redefining what power looks like in global business. Her journey from Lagos to New York is a masterclass in turning passion into purpose. Born and raised in Nigeria, Ada's fascination with economics and innovation began early. She earned degrees in economics and finance before pursuing an MBA from the Kellogg School of Management. That academic foundation became the launchpad for a career that would span continents and industries. When she later worked with the Nigerian Ministry of Agriculture, her focus on food systems and investment reform reshaped how the world saw agribusiness in Africa. New York became a natural extension of her mission, a global stage where she could connect investors, ideas, and industries. As the founder of Agrolay Ventures, Ada channels her expertise into funding and supporting agri-food companies across Africa. Her firm is about building ecosystems where African entrepreneurs can thrive. Through her investments, she's bridged the gap between local innovation and global opportunity. Her reputation has earned her seats on international boards, keynote speaking invitations, and recognition from institutions like Forbes and the World Economic Forum. Yet beyond the titles, Ada's influence lies in her ability to humanize finance and to make it about people, potential, and progress. In New York's fast-paced business world, Ada moves with quiet assurance. She's a familiar face at private equity forums, venture events, and diaspora gatherings that celebrate African excellence. Her wealth comes not only from smart investments, but from her ability to shape narratives about African enterprise on the global stage. With every partnership and every venture, she continues to prove that economic leadership can be driven by empathy, intelligence, and vision. Next is a New York-based fashion designer turning history and femininity into contemporary art through her signature design. Number 8. Teni Tia Adeola. Tia Adeola embodies a creative force that feels both fearless and refined. As a Nigerian-born designer shaping fashion's new era, she's built a brand that blends art, history, and unapologetic femininity. In New York, Tia has carved out a space that feels timeless yet unmistakably hers. Tia was born in Lagos and raised in London. She discovered fashion long before she could afford the fabrics she dreamed of working with. While studying at the New School in New York, she began hand-stitching her first collection from her dorm room, experimenting with tulle, lace, and ruffles. Those pieces evolved into a brand that quickly gained international attention. Her label, Tia Adeola, became known for its Renaissance-inspired silhouettes and bold reinterpretations of power dressing for women of color. New York's fashion scene became her testing ground, with runway shows that feel like art performances and collections that challenge Eurocentric beauty standards. Tia has positioned herself as both designer and cultural critic. Celebrities like Gigi Hadid, and Lizzo have worn her designs, solidifying her place among the industry's most promising voices. Beyond the glamour, Tia's success is deeply strategic. She built her brand through direct-to-consumer sales, savvy social media marketing, and collaborations with major platforms like Nike and Instagram. Her creative studio in New York doubles as a design lab and meeting space for young Black artists trying to find their footing in fashion. Tia has become a voice for representation, entrepreneurship, and authenticity in an industry often accused of tokenism. With every collection, she proves that fashion can be as powerful as any business empire. Number 7. Chike Ukaegbu. Chike Ukaegbu stands at the intersection of innovation, leadership, and social change. He's known for his calm charisma and relentless drive, and is one of the few Nigerians who've built a career that blends technology, education, and advocacy with lasting impact. His journey from the streets of Aba to the boardrooms of New York is a story of focus, grit, and purpose. It's proof that when intellect is guided by vision, it can shape the future. Born and raised in southeastern Nigeria, Chike's early years were filled with curiosity about how societies grow and how opportunities can be created for those often overlooked. After moving to the United States, he studied biomedical engineering at City College of New York, later earning certificates from the Wharton School and Harvard. But what defined him wasn't just academic brilliance, it was how he used education as a tool for empowerment. In New York, he became a force in youth development and entrepreneurship. He co-founded several initiatives, including the Startup 52 Accelerator, the city's first diversity-focused tech accelerator aimed at giving minorities a seat at the innovation table. Through it, Chike provided funding, mentorship, and visibility to underrepresented founders, helping them turn ideas into sustainable businesses. His achievements go beyond tech. In 2018, Chike made history as one of the youngest presidential candidates in Nigeria's elections, running on a platform centered around education, innovation, and youth empowerment. Though his campaign was symbolic, it amplified his global influence, showing that leadership can transcend borders. In New York, he remains deeply connected to both the city's startup ecosystem and the Nigerian diaspora community. His ventures, consulting work, and public speaking engagements have built him not just wealth but credibility. Chike Ukaegbu embodies a new kind of success, one measured by intelligence, humility, and conviction. He continues to shape conversations about what it means to be a Nigerian innovator on the world stage. Next is a creative force in fashion whose brand challenges norms and celebrates self-expression on global runways. Number 6. Adebayo Oke-Lawal. Adebayo Oke-Lawal is one of those rare creatives who turn fashion into storytelling. Known for his daring vision and thoughtful approach to identity, he has become a leading voice in African design. As the founder of Orange Culture, he's built a movement that redefines masculinity, challenges stereotypes, and celebrates self-expression with fearless honesty. His rise from Lagos to the runways of New York shows how art, when rooted in authenticity, can open global doors. Born and raised in Lagos, Adebayo's fascination with clothing began when he started sketching designs as a child. He studied finance at university but never lost sight of his creative drive. In 2011, he launched Orange Culture, a label that mixed Nigerian tradition with avant-garde tailoring. As his collections gained traction, New York became one of his biggest stages. His debut at New York Fashion Week marked a turning point, introducing his distinctive blend of fluid fabrics, gender-fluid silhouettes, and rich storytelling to a global audience. The city embraced his vision, and his collaborations with international platforms like LVMH, Lagos Fashion Week, and the business of fashion further cemented his reputation as a designer who could bridge cultures without losing his voice. Beyond the runway, Adebayo is a mentor and advocate for African creatives. Through workshops, talks, and collaborations, he's built networks that connect young designers to global opportunities. His brand's presence in New York boutiques and his partnerships with media houses and influencers have expanded his reach far beyond fashion and into art, culture, and identity politics. Orange Culture's global recognition, Fashion Week showcases, and high-profile collaborations have made Adebayo a symbol of modern African luxury. In New York's fast-paced creative scene, he stands out for his sincerity and originality. Till this day, Adebayo Oke-Lawal keeps on designing conversations about what it means to be African, expressive, and free in the modern world. Next, we have a renowned fashion designer celebrated for his exquisite bridal couture and timeless craftsmanship. Number 5. Yemi Osunkoya. Yemi Osunkoya is the kind of designer who builds legacies one stitch at a time. Known for his elegance, precision, and quiet mastery of couture, he has spent decades redefining bridal fashion for women who want sophistication with soul. As the creative mind behind Kosiba, Yemi blends old-world craftsmanship with contemporary flair, earning international acclaim and a loyal following that stretches from London to New York. His story is one of endurance, artistry, and timeless style. Born and raised in Lagos, Yemi discovered his love for design at an early age. After studying fine arts, he honed his craft in the UK, where he launched Kosiba in 1991. The name, inspired by his mother's middle name, became synonymous with luxury and grace. For years, his London atelier dressed royalty, celebrities, and brides who sought something beyond the ordinary, and more of which felt personal, sculpted, and unforgettable. After decades of success in Europe, Yemi took a bold step and relocated to New York, bringing his signature aesthetic to one of the most competitive fashion markets in the world. In the city's vibrant fashion landscape, he found a new rhythm. His gowns, meticulously constructed to enhance every silhouette, caught the attention of New York's bridal elite. From showcases at New York Bridal Fashion Week to features in leading magazines, Kosiba's reputation flourished. But Yemi's influence extends far beyond his atelier. He's a mentor, a judge on design panels, and a voice for inclusivity in fashion. His work celebrates women of all shapes and backgrounds, emphasizing that beauty isn't defined by size or convention. In New York, he continues to inspire young designers, showing that artistry and integrity can coexist in an industry often driven by trends. His wealth is measured in longevity and influence. With a career spanning over 3 decades and a brand rooted in excellence, Yemi Osunkoya remains one of the most respected Nigerian designers shaping the global bridal scene. Next on our list is the founder of an online marketplace that brought African-inspired fashion to a global audience. Number 4. Kelechi Anyadiegwu. Kelechi Anyadiegwu belongs to a new wave of Nigerian innovators shaping global business through creativity and technology. Smart, ambitious, and forward-thinking, she turned an idea born in her New York apartment into a thriving enterprise that changed how African fashion reached the world. As the founder of Zuva, she built a digital marketplace that gave African designers a global audience and connected their work with customers who admired its color, craftsmanship, and confidence. Born in Lagos and raised in the United States, Kelechi grew up moving easily between cultures. She studied at Michigan State University, where she developed a deep interest in branding, storytelling, and the power of online communities. When she noticed the lack of visibility for African fashion in mainstream retail, she decided to create her own solution. In 2014, with only a few $1,000s in savings, she launched Zuva. Within a short time, it grew into one of the most talked-about online platforms for African-inspired fashion. Zuva's success was immediate. Media outlets like Forbes, CNN, and NBC featured Kelechi's journey, highlighting how she combined culture and commerce through technology. The company generated millions in sales and became a launchpad for dozens of independent African designers who wanted access to international markets. Kelechi's work helped redefine the conversation around African creativity, showing it as modern, dynamic, and global. After moving to New York, she became a familiar figure in the city's fashion and tech scenes. She collaborated with local designers, organized pop-ups, and used the city's energy to expand her reach. Even as Zuva evolved and shifted direction, her influence only grew. She began consulting, mentoring, and building new ventures focused on digital strategy and creative leadership. Her wealth comes from years of building brands, securing partnerships, and staying relevant in industries that change quickly. Kelechi Anyadiegwu continues to stand out in New York as an entrepreneur who blends vision with discipline, showing how Nigerian creativity can thrive on a global stage. Next is a prominent investor who oversees major assets from airports to energy networks worldwide. Number 3. Adebayo Ogunlesi. Adebayo Ogunlesi is a name that carries weight in global finance. He is known for his strategic mind and has built a career that places him among the most powerful Nigerians in the United States. As the chairman and CEO of Global Infrastructure Partners, one of the world's largest private equity firms. His influence stretches across continents. Ogunlesi's story stands out for its consistency and intellect. Born in Sagamu, Nigeria, he grew up in a family that valued education and integrity. After studying law at Oxford and earning both an MBA and a law degree from Harvard, he began his career at Cravath, Swain & Moore in New York before joining First Boston as an investment banker. His sharp understanding of deals and his calm, analytical nature earned him respect in a field known for its intensity. At Credit Suisse, he rose through the ranks to become head of global investment banking, managing billion-dollar transactions and advising world governments. Years later, he took a bigger leap, founding Global Infrastructure Partners in 2006. Under his leadership, the firm grew into a financial powerhouse, acquiring major airports, energy assets, and transportation networks worldwide. GIP owns stakes in Heathrow, Gatwick, and Edinburgh airports, which is an empire built on strategy, timing, and patience. New York remains the base of his operations and the center of his influence. His leadership style is marked by quiet discipline, attention to detail, and long-term vision. Colleagues describe him as someone who listens before he speaks, then delivers decisions that shape entire markets. Beyond finance, Ogunlesi serves on several corporate boards, including Goldman Sachs, where his insights continue to shape global investment strategy. His wealth comes from years of leadership at the highest levels of finance, but his success also reflects something deeper. In New York's competitive financial world, Adebayo Ogunlesi represents mastery built on focus, education, and purpose. His name has become synonymous with achievement that lasts. Let's not forget the fintech entrepreneur who revolutionized credit access and financial inclusion across the United States. Number 2. Wimimo Abbey. Wimimo Abbey is one of the most disciplined and forward-thinking entrepreneurs reshaping financial access in the United States. As co-founder and co-CEO of Isusu, he has built one of the most influential fintech companies led by African founders, focused on helping renters build credit and create generational wealth. His approach is practical, data-focused, and rooted in lived experience. Born in Lagos, Wimimo was raised in a family that valued education and resilience. After studying business management and political science at the University of Minnesota and completing further programs at the London School of Economics, he entered corporate America with a clear goal to make finance more inclusive. The barriers he faced as a new immigrant became the blueprint for his first solutions. Isusu began with a simple idea that rent payments should count toward credit history. What started as a small concept soon attracted national attention. Through partnerships with major real estate firms and support from venture investors, the company created a pathway for millions of renters to establish credit scores, access loans, and achieve financial independence. By 2022, Isusu had reached unicorn status with a valuation exceeding $1 billion, a landmark achievement for a startup built from a social mission. Wimimo's discipline and precision have made him a respected voice in fintech and economic inclusion. His work has been featured by Forbes, Time, and Bloomberg, and he has spoken before institutions such as the United Nations on financial equity. He continues to refine systems that blend profitability with fairness, proving that innovation can align with social progress. His influence extends beyond technology. Through mentorship and philanthropy, he supports programs that prepare young Africans and immigrants for leadership. Wimimo Abbey's career stands as a model of how focused execution can turn vision into long-term impact. Finally, we have the inventor who pioneered sustainable energy solutions that connect technology with everyday life. Number 1. Jessica O. Matthews. Jessica O. Matthews is a Nigerian-American inventor, entrepreneur, and founder of Uncharted Power, a New York-based clean tech company developing infrastructure for renewable energy and data systems. She's recognized for combining technology and social impact, using design and engineering to solve practical problems in energy access and urban development. Born in New York to Nigerian parents and raised between both countries, Jessica developed an early interest in science and how innovation could improve daily life. She studied psychology and economics at Harvard University, where she created the prototype for the socket, a soccer ball that generates and stores electricity through motion. The invention drew global attention for its potential to provide off-grid power in developing communities, and was later exhibited at the White House in various technology conferences. After graduation, she founded Uncharted Play, which later evolved into Uncharted Power. The company shifted from producing consumer products to designing scalable energy and data infrastructure. Under her leadership, The firm built modular systems that integrate clean power generation directly into city layouts, such as sidewalks, playgrounds, and public spaces, turning kinetic movement and environmental activity into usable electricity. Jessica's ability to secure funding and partnerships positioned Uncharted Power as one of the few Black and female-founded tech firms operating in New York's renewable energy sector. The company has received investment from major institutions and collaborates with cities and corporations on sustainable urban design. In addition to her role as CEO, Jessica serves on advisory boards and speaks globally about innovation, energy equity, and inclusive technology. She's received recognition from organizations like Forbes, Fortune, and the U.S. Department of Energy for her contributions to renewable infrastructure. Her work continues to focus on scaling energy access in emerging markets and modernizing infrastructure in urban centers. Operating from New York, Jessica O. Matthews leads a company built around practical engineering and long-term impact, representing a generation of Nigerian entrepreneurs using technology to build sustainable systems across the world. Thanks for watching this spotlight on Nigerians making their mark across New York and beyond. If you enjoyed discovering the people redefining success, culture, and innovation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories of vision, drive, and lasting impact.